Hi guys, so welcome back. There's been a lot going on, guys, a lot. So today is my end of the month check-in. It's my first time doing one of these. It's sort of something that I kind of just come up with on my own. I know lots of YouTubers out there, they do like a weekly check-in or a monthly check-in or whatever. But I needed something that would specifically target me and how my mind works, because I don't know, some of you may have heard me say it in past videos. I am dyslexic, so it is hard for me to register. Sometimes when I look at something, my mind, will flip it around on me. So it's very, very difficult for me to deal with numbers and letters and things of that nature. So bear with me, but I mean, it could be a long video or it could be a short video. I'm shooting for 30 minutes, guys. I'm gonna try my best, but I just wanted to bring you all along with my journey and things, because I have to be held accountable for my actions, so to speak, and my spending. So for the month of February, we had saved, in challenges, we saved $653. And in sinking funds, we ended up saving a total of $383. And then in bills, $636. So that's pretty good. We wouldn't have been able to save this much if we hadn't have got our tax money in. Our taxes was actually, I need to write that down. Tax was actually $7,059 is what we technically got out of taxes. But we did the Emerald loan back in November, where they had gave us $1,000 on that, and then that comes out automatically. And then in January we did the other loan, and they ended up giving us $3,500, and then of course that come out of that. But we didn't waste it. We put it to good use. I mean, we started our savings with that. We paid some bills. We did a little bit of everything to make sure that money didn't get wasted. Of course we did eat out and waste some here and there, what person don't. But yeah, so after all paying back the Emerald loans and H&R Block taking out their fees and whatnot, we got $2,074, and the majority of that was just put into savings for Britain, because I just considered that part of her child tax credit, because I told John, I was like, we already got the majority of it before taxes actually hit, and we've already paid bills and stuffed envelopes. So when this come through on the 24th, I just said, that's going to count as Britain's. So she needed a few things. I got her a couple of pieces of clothing items. She needed some new undergarments and things of that nature. So, and then what was left of that went straight back into envelopes for saving. So that's just a little bit of kind of to get you caught up with how I got these numbers, and these numbers. In the beginning, at the beginning of February, our bill binder, we had saved a total of $1,564. And then as of today, at the end of the month, it was $2,200. Okay, in sinking funds, there was a total of $2,397. Then at the end of the month today, it came to $2,780. And then in the challenges at the beginning, we had $554. And then now today at the end, it's $1,207. And then that's how I got these, because I would take this number and subtract that, and then the difference is what we had added and saved. So not too shabby, but we are a low income household. So like I said, we wouldn't have had these larger numbers if it hadn't been for the tax coming in. So next month is not going to be as fruitful, so to speak, as this month, because we're not going to have this. So we'll just have to see how next month goes. But the good thing is I've been working hard on getting ahead in bills, so that's really going to help, because the more bills that you can get ahead on, then when your check comes in, you can just stuff that into envelopes and put it toward your savings. So that's kind of my mind, and that's how, you know, I've been doing this and getting to where we're getting. It's a process for me anyways. Some of you guys on YouTube, you make it look so easy, and you're just really, really good at saving and what you do. But again, me, not so good. But with you guys, with your help and your support, I have been able to continue this little journey, because you keep me motivated. So thank you so much to all of the YouTubers out there that do these cash stuffing and budgeting and things of that nature, because you guys really keep me motivated. And I'm like, yes, look at that. That's awesome. I want to do that. So, of course, I'm all like, let me see what I got in my wallet, you know, and I'll be flipping through. Well, I got $1 here. I got 50 cents here. So immediately I'm like, let me see where I can put this in what envelope. So it's, you guys, thank you so much for going along with my crazy and on this journey. So this is the end of the month check-in page. I know I've rambled. Where am I at on time? Okay, I'm only like 6 minutes in. Gosh, guys, I feel like I've been like doing this for 30 minutes already. Okay, so end of the month check-in sheet. You have your income, like what it started at, what you may have left over, unexpected expenses like your bill binders, wallet over here. And that's another issue, guys, that I have to work on. Wallet. For the entire month, these were our totals. In gas, 100, eat out, 150, shopping, 100, me, 210, John's 50, Britton 25, Maddox 25, buffer 250, and rollovers, we actually have $40 in rollover. But the other stuff, like there, we don't need $150. We shouldn't be eating out in a month that costs $150. Like we're gonna have to cut some costs. And me money, when we started bumping it up from 10 to 50, I didn't actually spend hardly any of my me money. What I did with that was every time I come to stuff more envelopes, I would just take my me money out and put it in an envelope. So, there was no point in me, so I think I'm just going to go back and do 10 in my envelope or in my wallet for myself, because 50 was, I hated to spend it, you know what I'm saying? Like knowing that we had bills coming up, or I really wanted to save and build up a sinking fund. $50, just wasting it, I couldn't. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So we didn't. We're going to work on the wallet situation, but I want to give you a little flip through of, ooh, I just kind of, some of these, I have to go back and like, redo. But this is 2/4, so this was the first cash stuffing of this month. And yes, it's in Sharpie because I lost my favorite pen. But I don't like that, so I may redo this later, not right now. But anyway, as you can see, here's beginning balance, end balance. Here's the beginning now of what we saved in the end of January. I didn't have like a end of the month sheet made up yet, so I will go back and do that later on. But at the beginning of this month, February, my mind stopped. Sorry, guys. These were our totals. You know, this is, we had already in bill binder these amounts, and so on and so on. So as I would go on, like this is my weekly sheet or weekly bill sheet. Like this is what I use to pay bills that are due for that week. And our bills for the first, or for the end of January to the beginning of February to the 6th, this was our cost. Our bills came to $1,183.13. And that was just for that first week of the month. And it was only that high because of rent. So, moving on to the second cash stuffing of February on the 11th, you can kind of see where we had taken out some stuff. These are 0, 0, 0, 0, but those were from, you know, the bills. But then after we stuffed, we were getting back up there. So like ending balance 182, 160, car insurance was at 349. So even though we had to take out for the bills, I was turning right around and stuffing money right back in. So trying to keep it up and trying to build them, because what I want to do is have all of my bill envelopes like 2 months ahead. So like I want to have like 2 months worth of rent, 2 months worth of AEP, and so on and so on, so that when it comes time to pay the bill, all I have to do is pull out for that bill, and then when the checks come in, I can just restuff the envelopes and still add to it and have extra. Does that make sense? In my mind, it made sense. Leave me a comment if anybody gets what I'm trying to say. It's a process. Like I said, numbers, letters, not a fan. But your girl is trying her best to get ahead in this journey. So, again, these were the bills for this pay period. This week, you know, the 7th through the 13th. And they come to $380. So, not too bad. Moving on, this was the third cash stuffing for us. It was on the 18th. And again, had to go through and like pay some bills and whatnot. And still not bad, but, you know, still needed time to save. Then these were listen at me, were the bills for this, you know, that week. I don't want to even say pay period. Why do I do that? Okay, anyway, week. Bills for that week. Hold on, guys. I might hit this pole here. I'm trying to get my chair situated. Okay. And so, anyway, the bills for this week was $344. This was the 24th. This was from my check, not John's. So, I used my entire check to stuff all of the envelopes for an extra, you know, stuffing. So that helped a lot, because before we was just having to stuff only his. And I thought to myself, you know, if I can get at least one head, help me Lord Jesus, 1 month ahead on rent, then every time my check comes in, all I have to do is stuff that into the other envelopes, and I can contribute to our savings and sinking funds and things like that as well. So that really made me feel good to be able to do that, because I couldn't in the past. So the taxes that came in allowed me to do that, because I just took it out of the taxes instead of my income, and then put my income in all the savings. So it really helped. Then here were the last bit of our bills, and so it goes on over, and then on the 25th, that was our last cash stuffing for the month of February. And that is how I got the totals that I got on our end of the month sheet. So, beginning of the month, this is our end of the month, and this is what we ended up saving. So, we did pretty good. So I'm excited to see this grow by the end of next month. So we'll just have to kind of see where it goes. Oh, with any luck, we won't have to take out for any kind of emergencies or anything like that. I do know, like in February, what hurt us. Well, it didn't really hurt us, but it wasn't pleasant. We had to take all of our savings out for Britain's DC trip, because she has a trip to Washington DC like in May, and so it was like $600, and we were going to just take it out of the taxes, but then her teacher sent home a note and was like, hey, I need it by the 17th, and I'm like, oh crap. So I ended up just taking all of that out of our savings challenge. We paid for the trip, and then when the taxes come in, we just put that money back into our envelope. So kind of just did it that way. Okay, guys, enough rambling about bills and about things like this. I want to share my other idea with you guys. I should probably cross out that little number. I don't know what it does or if it would be pertinent, but I'm just going to do this. Okay, so instead of, let me show you what I was doing. And it was a lot, because it's a lot. These were my weekly expense pages. where I would sit and, you know, write down my categories, the date, the amount, was it needed, was it wanted, things of that nature. These are my expense sheets, okay? And it was getting too hard to keep them all wrote down, because I mean it would be pages and pages, because what I typically do is use my bank card for everything and then just put the money back in the bank with the cash that we save. So my idea was this morning, which I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner because I'm crazy, was just to print out my current bank statement. And I thought that would be so great to be able to do that. So, you know, and this is being held accountable for my spending, okay? And so, yeah, this little green one, hold on. I was looking for my yellow highlighter. Can't find my little yellow highlighter. So, I'm going to use my blue highlighter for bills because, you know, blue bills both start with a B. That's how my mind works, guys. Deal with it. Okay. So, and I thought that instead of trying to keep them all wrote down, I would just wait to the end of the month and then print it out and then go through and highlight what's important and that what I need to either add or subtract stuff. You know what? You get what I'm saying? Okay, I hope so. So I thought I'd just bring you all along on my crazy little journey. So here we go. Let me move my iPad because it keeps getting touched and lighting up. Okay, so I'm going to use the blue for bills. That makes sense? All right, here we go. So here is still pending as of today because I printed this out today. So it is still pending, but there's an apple, so alrighty. That's a bill. Okay. Here's another apple for $8.75. Apple kills me. Whenever they take like payment for something out, it just says Apple. Like it doesn't say what it's for. It doesn't say if it's for like the music or the exercise or the whatever it is. It just says Apple, and then I have to go back and try to figure out, okay, which Apple thing was this much and which Apple thing was that much. I don't like it. All right, moving on. Bills. That was, what was that? It says a real-time payment credit. Okay. All right, that's not a bill, not a bill, not a bill. This is a bill. All right. Okay. But yeah, I thought instead of writing everything down, I could just print it out, and then when I do my end of the month check-in, go over all of my transactions. That way I know if I've missed something, or if, you know, did I pay this, did I pay that, you know. It just seemed way easier than me going through and hand writing out every single one, because there's a lot. Okay, so this is a bill. This is my car payment. And I thought, you know what? I have nothing to hide from my YouTube family. Like, I want you guys to help me stay accountable for my actions and my spending. So, you know, there's just crazy stuff on here. Walmart, McDonald's, gas stations, which, you know, gas, you need gas. But a lot of that is probably not gas. It's probably like snacks, because we're bad to do that. And eating at a gas station is awful because it's super high. Okay, so we're looking for bills. Here's an Etsy fee. That is my Etsy for my shop. Okay, we're going to highlight that because that is a bill. Boy, I can't draw a straight line, y'all, and that's saying something because I'm an artist. Like, I can legit draw super good, but if I'm trying to use a highlighter, I don't, like, my hand gets shaky like I am nervous or something. I don't get it. Anybody else do that? Like, you can draw, but then when you try to highlight something, it's like this. Okay, let's see here. Pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it. This is international service fee. Okay, Guys, also, I'm back on the DH Gate wagon again. So, I ordered I've been looking for the monogram or the Demine Bear. I don't know what's called. The checker pattern, you know, Louis Vuitton. I've been looking for a GM sized agenda because I already have the PM and the MM, but I wanted the GM, you know, to complete my little set. And I could find nothing on DH Gate anywhere about a GM planner. So I did find, however, one seller, the dimensions that they gave for the binder was very close to the centimeter size of the GM. So I don't know if it's going to be a GM size or if it's going to be like the MM and they just mislabeled their centimeters. But it's shipped, it's on its way, and when that comes in, we'll do an unboxing and a comparison and we will see. I really, really hope that it's larger and it is actually like as close to the GM size as they could have gotten it, you know, because it is a replica. But when I went back and looked at some of the reviews, they were all like, you know, just the MM size. So I don't know if the seller miswrote their centimeters in the description or what. But if anybody out there on YouTube knows where I can get a GM sized Louis Vuitton replica, please let me know. Because I can't afford the real thing. We ain't about that. Alright, so, right here, DH Gate. I kind of cut it off, but there's DH Gate. It was $35.11, so I thought that was a pretty good price. My robe. Get that out the way. Alright, so we're still looking for bills. Sorry, guys, I get chatty. Oh, Lord, we're at 22 minutes. I promise, I'm hurrying. Alright. There's a monthly fee, and that's technically I count that as a bill because it comes out of my bank. This is because I didn't have a deposit of a deposit of $500 or more into my account. Currently, I mean, I should not have got that fee because I do have a lot of deposits that are well over the $500, but my bank don't see it like that. They said it has to be like altogether a $500 deposit, or I get this little $8 fee. So I'm gonna find a solution for that problem. Okay, this is a loan payment. Okay, that's a bill. Guys, this is so much easier than the way I was doing it before. I love this idea of me just, you know, printing it out and then highlighting stuff. It's so much easier. Okay. This is a bill. That was water. So we're going to highlight. Okay. These were bills. Okay. Yes, this is actually just so satisfying. Anybody else like to just mark or highlight something? Well, okay. This is a bill. This was electric. And it was actually only 61 and some change, but because I have to go through bill matrix, there's a fee. Like, I hate that. I have to pay a bill, or I have to pay a fee just to pay my bills. Like, it's insane. Okay. That was to my sister. Look, it even says her name, Lisa, when I sent her birthday money. Amazon Prime membership. That's a bill. And this way, guys, once I get all of my stuff highlighted and color-coded, then I can go back and be like, okay, bill, you know, deposit, whatever. And then I can go back and check my envelopes and make sure that the right amount of money is in them or, you know, been taken out of them for said transaction. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense. Probably just to me and my crazy mind. Okay, so moving on. This was a deposit, a withdrawal. Okay, this is a bill. And if y'all don't know, listen, if any of you budgeters out there or low-income mamas and daddies out there, I don't know if you know this or not, but this thing called Defer It, it's an app. It's like yellow, looks like a little paper airplane. They pay your bill for you, and then you just pay them back in like 4 smaller payments. So like, as you're doing your monthly bills, you just pay, you know, it splits it up into 4 payments. So it's really, really great for me anyways, because I don't have a whole lot of income to work with. And so by splitting up my bills into 4 smaller payments, I'm able to save more out of our checks in our envelopes and then just pay a smaller amount towards the bill at that time. So you guys should check it out. No, it's not sponsored, but it's called Defer It. It's a little yellow app. You can look for it. Let's see here. Burger King, not a bill. Should be a bill, because that's all my husband likes to do is run to Burger King, because it's within walking distance of our house, that and a Starbucks. So it's real bad. We both are bad for that. Okay. McDonald's, Little Caesars, China Star. Oh God, Taco Bell. Do you see this? Look at this. Burger King, McDonald's, Little Caesars, China Star, Taco Bell, Arby's, China Star, Pals. Oh God, Arby's. You guys, my God, we have got to stop. I cannot, like, that is so bad. We have got to stop doing that. There's where all my savings is going, into food. I feel like that's all we do apparently is eat out, or we order takeout. You know, like if I ain't out and we want something to eat and we get it, like, or we'll get home and be like, I wish I would have stopped here, or here, and then end up, you know, ordering it anyways. We are bad. Oh my gosh, look at all that. That is horrible, guys. Horrible. Bad, bad, bad Jordy. We're going to knock this off. All right, so, okay. What is this? What is that for 51? True Accord. Oh, that was a bill. Sometimes my little highlighter will go all the way across in the right direction, and sometimes it won't. Okay. Food, savings. Okay, this was a bill. This was our credit card. One of our credit cards. Lord, I hate credit cards, but sometimes you have to use them. Arby's, savings, Dollar Tree, a Walmart. That was a card purchase. Okay. Amazon, that was a purchase. Daily pay, deposit, transfer, savings, Apple. Oh, here's a bill. Again, just says Apple. And then I'm left to just go, you know, try to figure out what part of Apple that was and make sure I don't pay it twice. Okay. This is a bill. This is that Defer It, guys. Like, that breaks up your bill into 4 easy payments, which I love it because it's so convenient. And I don't have to shell out so much cash on payday. So I'm able to, you know, like I said, put some back into our savings. Okay. Hardee's, my God. We gotta stop, y'all. It's awful. Etsy, that was a purchase, so that's not a bill. Here's more. Apple. This is a bill. I have a problem, guys. I really need to go over my subscriptions. Apple. Okay, and this is Klarna. If anybody, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Klarna. It's another one of those paying for easy payment apps. So yes, that was a bill. Okay. I hope everybody's doing okay, and I just love that you all just come here and you listen to me talk, because I'm crazy. Okay, and that's a transaction. Okay, guys, so we did all of the bills. The bills are in blue. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the deposits in the green one. That's another thing. I get deposits throughout my account, like, all month long. But because I have to use what's in there, clearly I can't let it build. But my bank does this thing where, like, if I spend on, like right here, it says spend and save $1. Every time I use my card, I get $1 put into my savings account. Like, it's they pay me back, basically. So that's good. So that I always have that by like the end of the month. I've usually got like $20-$30 in there, and then I just transfer it to my main account or my savings, or whatever, get it out at the ATM. It's just really, really nice. I like that when I spend, I get $1 back, and it builds up quicker than you think. So again, it's really nice. Okay, so moving on. We don't want this to be too long here. Funds. Okay, so I'm going to mark this spend and save, because that is a deposit. If I can get it to go straight. Okay. Here is payment credit. On the website, it had the message me bubble over that. That's funny. Okay, so that one. And this one. Okay. That one. This is a deposit. I will come back and do those better. I don't want to take too long. This is a deposit. 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 Okay, this was a deposit. This was a save, a spend and save, so deposit. Yeah, I get lots of little deposits, throughout the month, but my bank still charges me that fee. Okay, so here's a deposit. Here's a deposit. That's a transfer. This is deposit. That's so crooked. Lord have mercy. Deposit. And daily pay, that was a deposit. Okay. Then we had deposit, deposit, deposit. It's a lot of little ones that I wish my bank would just be like, okay. Okay, here. Hold on, where is my say, okay, this was a deposit. 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 Yeah, this is so much easier, guys. I recommend just printing out your stuff and then highlighting your transactions so that you can find what you're looking for a lot easier. Okay, deposit. I'm just gonna do that. Deposit, 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 deposit. Okay. Okay, that's it for all of the deposits. And I'm not going to really do the other transactions right now because my video is already 36 minutes, guys. I apologize. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to quickly just kind of walk through my setup. I changed the setup of my money section. Let me get to the beginning of it. These are laminated shopping list. Okay. This is laminated. That way if I just need, you know, one to work with for whatever, I just went ahead and laminated one. Okay, so this is the monthly, you know, these are the pages I was using at the beginning. As you can see, it's a little chaotic. There's numbers and marks everywhere. Over here was like our income and things like that. But this was too chaotic for me. I had to come up with a new plan. So I did. Here is the Payday budget sheet. You know, it's got your cash wallet, your bill binder, your sinking funds, and your savings challenges. Then behind that is the weekly bill sheet, and that is for whatever week that you're in and you have bills in that week. You know, this is for that. And then, you know, again, Payday budget, weekly sheet, your Payday budget, your weekly sheet. They all just kind of go hand in hand because, you know, on Payday you have to do all this. And then if you have any bills for that week, you have to do that. So, and then at the end of the month, there's an end of the month check-in sheet. And then that is what I'm, you know, working on now. Just kind of go over all the income and like unexpected trips or expenses, you know, your binder's total amounts, you know, what you're working with when you go to stuff again, that sort of thing. So this really helps me visualize what I need to do and where I need to do it. And then, like I said, y'all just went through this with me. Instead of trying to manually like write everything down on my savings sheets or my weekly expense pages, you know, it got to be too much. Like I couldn't write everything out, or I was forgetting stuff, or it didn't match up with my bank account. So then, like this morning, I'm sitting there and I was like, there has got to be a better way to do this. And I was looking, I'm like, wait a second, I have a print button, duh. So that's what I did. We're just going to print it out at the end of every month, and then I'm going to go through with my little highlighters, and I'm going to check everything off and make sure that my bills and my binders are all at the correct amount. So this was sort of like my budget with me video. I'm not going to say it was budgeting, but I don't know what else to call it. But I feel like it was budgeting because I have to figure out, you know, my bills. Make sure that all my bills are taken care of and whatnot. And the bills for this last week would be car insurance, Etsy, credit card, Apple, and Apple. So those are the bills that are in this last week of February that I have to figure out. And then, you know, this is back to the bank. This really helps because whatever this total is, I put here and like what denominations it is. That way I know exactly what I'm taking back to the bank and how many of each bill. That way I don't just randomly start grabbing out of my envelopes and then mess myself up. So that's how I do it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everyone that has subscribed and followed and liked. And you guys, like I said, I couldn't do this without your help. Like, it really, really helps motivate me when I see my other YouTube family doing the same things and I get inspired, or, you know, you guys always say, you know, you give tips or good ideas. And so I hope that something that I may share one day will touch someone and help them in some way. So I hope everybody's doing good. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, hey guys, and I will see you all in the next one.